Big Brother, I'm over the moon with my hat and my broomstick, but I really must go to the studio, so I'll be flying off now.
Dermot, in the interest of health and safety, Big Brother recommends that you do not fly a broomstick without a licence.
Well, fine. I'll just walk then. Hello, hello, compadres. How you doing? Welcome, my friends, to Big Brother's Little Brother. I hope you're very well. It is 17-29-04-05-06. It's Big Brother's Little Brother, or El Pequeño Program con Cuatro Más Grande. 67 shows, different language every day. A guarantee from us to you. Coming up, we find out which housemate is top of the pops. For presenter Reggie, say everyone hello. Hello. Nice to have him with us. And we have some exclusive, never-seen-before BBLB footage from the garden. That's all I'm saying. More about that later on, but kick-off's yours too. Little Brother's big news. Okay, last night, 6:13, the housemates nominated for the first time. It's been 2 hours and 35 minutes. Here's just a little taster.
For me, she's just boring. She's got nothing to her.
He'll say one thing, then do the other. He'll be one way, but really is the other, you get me?
Seem to have much about her, really, apart from like an arse.
She is an assassin.
So, all happy families. I can tell you that one person received no nominations, and you can find out if Makosi successfully completed her mission, and more importantly, who's going to face a public vote with Davina live at 9 o'clock. All right, next up this morning, Derek came to talk to Big Brother with nominations and Makosi clearly in his mind. Let's take a look.
She plays a game, and the majority of the housemates can't understand the rules of the game. And I couldn't sit, I don't think, idly by and watch Can I come back in a moment, please?
Was it me? Where did that come from? I can't. I love cakes. I love. OK, and at 12:25, Kamal decided he couldn't face the outdoor showers any longer, but soon came up with an alternative. Let's take a look at that alternative now.
There we go. Let's be nice to people, all right? There you go.
Don't worry about it.
Stubbornness. There you go. I'll help you out.
Have one of these. Thank you. Ignorance is not the key. Look, I'm having a bath, Amanda. No, you're not, man. You just stood in the bin looking like an idiot.
Line of the series so far, and that was Little Brother's big news. So anyway, the housemates nominated last night, and one of them is going to be packing their bags and leaving the house for good on Friday. With that in mind, my friends, today's Cool BBLB is quite simply, who would be the biggest loss to the house and why? Think about it. Only been 1 week. Who would be the biggest loss to the house and why? You can call BBLB on 09011 101 101 09011 101 101, or you can text us. All you have to do is text studio and your comment to 83188, 83188, or of course email us, bblb@channel4.com. That's bblb@channel4.com. OK, over the last 6 days, there's been a fair amount of arguing. However, we've also seen some cosy friendships forming. Craig, Leslie and Vanessa, very cliquey. Maxwell and Anthony seem to have a lot in common. And even Makosi's managed to find a friend in Kamal. But what does it all mean? Here to tell us about the group dynamics in the house is team development expert David Thompson, everyone. David, nice to see you.
Hi, Dermot. Nice
How
to
are
see
you?
you. Very well, thank you.
OK, what do we make of the housemates so far in terms of a team?
What an interesting bunch of people. Yeah, quite the most diverse group you've had, I think, for the last few years.
If you're looking at a business, you most of your work with business teams, don't you?
Yep.
This would be, I imagine, quite a problematic business.
A nightmare. a nightmare. No money would get made, no work would get done.
Dear Lord, OK, where do we start
Shocking,
then? OK,
shocking.
well, what do you make of the cliques that have been formed so far?
Yeah, it's interesting. You've got a few people who are really kind of going out of their way to kind of build relationships with people and build those cliques. I mean, Craig's a good example of that. And also Kamal, the two of them together seem to have built like a little kind of harem of people. And if you think about a few days ago in the kind of the loft area, Kamal just had all his girls kind of surrounding him.
Sure.
And people kind of come and go and join the conversation, but he was very much the person that was holding court.
It's a tricky situation because you're not there to build a team and build a unit of friends because you're there to win. But at the same time, you need these people. You need to build these cliques, don't you?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I guess Big Brother, what Big Brother's all about is is about people looking out for themselves, being selfish to win, to get the money. But what we've got happening on the programme at the moment is people are building relationships with each other, and I guess that's probably eviction-led.
Yeah.
They want to make friends, they want to be popular, they don't want to get their names lined up for eviction.
All right, brilliant. Now, are they developing normally as a group, as a classic group, as you would see it? Because they're normal people put in a very, very unnormal, like, you know, subvert, like, bizarre situation.
It is, absolutely. I mean, you've got to remember they're in a very, very bizarre, you know, situation.
It's just unreal, isn't it?
It is completely unreal. However, having said that, if you think of the models that we use kind of to describe team building in a workplace, they are already kind of subconsciously following some of the patterns that we'd see, you know, in an office.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
OK, so what should happen when a group of people are thrown together? You've got 4 stages here, haven't you?
Absolutely, yeah. The model I'm going to share with you is a model that was designed in the 60s by a guy called Tuckman.
Fair enough.
And in terms of business, it does kind of underpin a lot of team development activity that goes on. It's in 4 stages. The first stage is a stage called forming.
I've got the forming up here, look.
There you go, with your stick. Fantastic. Essentially what happens at the forming stage is this is when people kind of come together for the first time.
Yeah.
They want to begin to understand each other, build some relationships, that kind of thing. It's a little bit like when you start to go on a date with someone and you're very careful in the very beginning about what you talk about, what you don't talk about.
Of course you are.
What you wear, what you eat, all those kind of things. So that's what they're doing right now.
OK, brilliant. Well, let's see an example of forming.
OK.
This is Mary and Science, I believe.
Don't stay in here by yourself, though, because, you know what I mean? Well, yeah, man, when you're ready, yeah, when you feel ready to come out, yeah, because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to have people
Is
not
Mary...
like that, but I'd rather everybody feel comfortable, you know what I mean?
No, I do feel comfortable. Yeah, I do. I just need to work through this.
Right then.
Thank you.
Right, love.
How is he forming there?
The bit we didn't see before that is if you remember a few days ago, there were a few people in the room with Science. They asked Mary how she was feeling. She said kind of fine, but not really.
That was first night, as I recall.
I think it was first night. She went to bed early in the first night, absolutely. Science was the only person that picked up on the fact that actually when she says yes, she really means no in terms of are you feeling OK? The others kind of went, OK, whatever, they leave.
So pretty much with forming, your
stays
personality
behind.
has to take a back seat, and you're just thinking, you know, I need to make sure that I almost sort of like morph into the group here to a certain extent.
Absolutely, and that's what's happening with Science. That behaviour's probably, from what we saw from his audition tape and the little we know about him so far, is probably out of character for him. Okay. But what he's doing there is he's showing Mary that he cares by leaving the others behind, stopping, sitting on the bed and talking with her. Next
up, where most of my relationships finish, we've had the forming. It's the storming.
It's the storming stage.
OK, tell us a little bit about storming.
Well, storming is very much the next stage of the process. This is when people begin to sort of test the boundaries of how far they can go with people.
Yeah.
And the storming refers to kind of arguments or falling out, and we have had a few of those already.
This is when people, I guess, exert their own personalities a little bit more,
Exactly.
right? And they just think, hang on a second, where can I, fit into this group, right?
Yeah, precisely. I mean, if you think of the audition takes we saw on Friday night, and you look at someone like Craig, he's a great example. He was
Horrible
very sort of in your face, all over the place, really aggressive. Then yet when you see him in the show so far, he's not really letting that personality shine through.
You haven't seen the storming yet.
Not really.
Let's have a look at some storming we have seen.
Yeah.
I don't eat all in that fridge. Don't tell me what to eat.
Is that my problem?
Yeah,
Can we
I don't
do it
eat
now?
pork, yeah?
And then we can have later. We can do it.
Why don't you come here to get? I'm just saying.
I'll tell you what you should do. Cook the whole thing, and if no one wants to eat it, then
Thank you. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
wanted to cook the chicken.
Well, Derek can cook the other chicken. Then he can cook the other chicken. Then he can cook the other chicken. And you think I'm bothered? Does it look like I'm bothered?
Science doing a very good Catherine Tate impression.
He was doing a very good impression of Catherine Tate, yeah.
So, I mean, what's the deal there with the storming? Is it just because they're arguing over a chicken? It's something stupid and banal.
Exactly. I never knew a chicken would be so important. I mean, if you look at what they're falling out about, it's not the chicken per se. It's about Science exerting his kind of superiority, his authority in the house, and about Kamal doing the same.
OK. What comes next?
The next stage after storming is norming, where, in terms of the date scenario we talked about earlier on, norming is when you kind of get to that stage where you don't mind sitting in silence with that person for, a couple of minutes. You don't feel anxious about that.
Sure.
Norming is when things kind of take on more of a sort of a steady rhythm, rather than going up and down like they do with the kind of the forming and storming stage.
OK, I think you single out Derek here. Let's take a look.
What I thought was going to be helpful to everybody was to have a discussion about the way forward, and I think it might be best to start with relatively non-contentious issues. First of all, what we want to eat and when we want to have it to eat today.
How is that norming?
It's norming because what Derek's trying to do is get some sense of normality
yes.
to the proceedings. It's interesting that in a business sense, this kind of ground rule setting that we talk about in business, that would normally happen in the forming stage,
sure.
where we sit a group down for the very first time and say, how are you going to work together?
Gotcha. And lastly, and just very briefly, what have we got here? We've got performing.
The final stage is the performing stage.
Which obviously, in the classic context of a business, obviously with our housemates, it's them just settling into who they are. But in the classic sense of business, what, hitting goals and so forth?
Yeah, exactly. It's about goals, it's about achieving targets, it's about achieving all the stuff that you're set as a business. It's probably too early for us to look at performing now, just because I think in about 4 or 5 weeks' time, when some of the housemates have been evicted, when that core of people is left in the house, then we'll be able to see kind of how they really move forward as a group.
David, brilliant. Thank you very much. David, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Now, a brand new feature we're very, very excited about here on Big Brother's Little Brother. While they're in the house, the housemates won't be able to go to some very important personal events. I'm thinking birthday parties, weddings, stag do's, etc., that kind of thing, which is where you come in. Do you bear a striking resemblance to a housemate? Could you be made to look like one of them with the help of a crack makeup team? If you could pass for a housemate, you may get the chance to fill that housemate's shoes for one day. If you fit the bill, here is how to get in touch. If you're the spitting image of Sam, if you're as lovely looking as Leslie, if you're a dead ringer for Roberto, then send us a photo telling us who you think you look like too. Oh, make me a housemate. PO Box 636, Borehamwood, WD69BD. Or email your photo, BBLB@channel4.co.uk. Details for how to enter are on the website. After the break, exclusive footage of the week so far, as seen through the eyes of a gnome. And Reggie from Top of the Pops counts down his 5, no, that's 5, Reggie, thanks, favourite rappers from yesterday's Battle Task. We'll see you in 3, Reggie. Oh, yeah, it's that exciting. Hey, welcome to Big Brother's Little Brother. It's day 6, it's 5:44. Yes, it's 5:44. Still to come, call BBLB and Reggie Yates. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we turned to the good people at Big Brother at the start of the series and said, hey, are you going to give us a camera in the house? And they said, sure, where do you want it? We said, somewhere cheeky. They said, it's up to you. Behold, the already legendary gnome cam. Yes, I know what you're thinking. I didn't know men were capable of such things. But there he is. Look at him. He's a little cheeky fella. He's on a tractor. You can see the lens there through the radiator of the tractor. There's no grid there. None of the housemates have actually sussed it, but it is indeed a little camera. He has seen all sorts. In fact, in a NTV way, let's go to Gnome Cam and see what he's seeing right now. There we go. Now, I can't see that myself, but I'm assuming you might be able to see Roberto there standing up. But that was a hell of an assumption because you can't see it at all. You can, however, see a lot of what I can only describe as great foliage. Beautiful rain and a lot of grass there. But let me assure you, it's not just all about grass and rain. Gnome Cam has seen some sights in the last 6 days, including Mary having a little tete-a-tete with Gnome Cam. Let's have a look what Gnome Cam's been up to for the last week. Come to Boreham Wood for bright and sunny weather. Book now. More of No Cam next week. Well, all right, then let's have a little bit of a look at No Cam right now. Oh, don't assume you can see much there, but a hell of a lot of rain. Right now, then, here to tell us what he thinks about the housemates so far is Top of the Pops presenter Reggie Yates, everyone.
Hello, Mr. O'Leary.
Nice
How you doing, sir?
I'm very... Hey, what are you doing with my little...
Classes in session, Dermot. It's in session.
Hey, I stole that myself.
Sorry, I'll put it back.
OK, you're a big fan of the show. How do we rate this as a first week?
I am ecstatic, Dermot. Last year, I was addicted. It was ridiculous. This year, I'm very pleased. There's been so much in such a short space of time. It's amazing.
Who do you like so far?
All of them. They're all mad.
Yes.
There's not one person that's normal, which is what I think makes brilliant viewing. I kind of like Scary Mary more than I thought I would do. Because when she came in with the old broom, I was a bit like, you know what, love, nah, this ain't going to work. It's a bit too much. But no, she's getting on all right. She actually seems like the only normal one at the moment because she had, on last night's show, she was in the diary room and she was kind of saying things that were quite real.
Trust me, my friend. You wait till you see tonight.
Oh, really?
She is off the wall. I'm not joking. 10 o'clock, or is it 9 o'clock Channel 4, isn't it? 9 o'clock Channel 4. OK. The highlight for you so far, I believe, is the MC battle task.
Oh, my goodness.
Why so?
They were terrible. that wasn't cricket, mate. That weren't cool. What was that about?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that was kind of half the idea of getting them to do it.
Yes.
But you've picked your favourite 5.
I have.
We've put a little bit of music track underneath. Just take a look. It's a low entry at 5 for our seasoned rapper, Science.
I keep it MOB, that's the way I keep things. But if you want a little thing, a one-night thing, come and let the great one know and get ready and waiting. Relax and I'll go with the flow.
In at number 4, it's Shouting Sam, the girl who can.
She's made you all in a pillar of strength. There's good in the world, man. She's proof. Do you know?
At 3, it's MC Fabuloso. Yes, you know so.
Cuddle up to him gently and he'll open up his heart. He's an eloquent gentleman and a master of his art.
In at 2, busting some ill beats, it's MC Sicko.
And then there she was with a beautiful smile, a body to die for and dripping with style. Vanessa was next, all dressed in pink, looking fantastic as well. She was making me think.
Straight in at number 1, she ain't no faker, she's keeping it real. MC Bootylicious.
Her name is Sam. She's a girl that can rap men round the finger and then wham bam. What body? Smart personality too. My girl Sam just knows the coup.
Can I just point out, I was in the camera run, and Sam, it's raining outside, it's cold. Sam still isn't out of that bikini.
Wow.
I don't know
she's got skin.
Yeah, she has, and she likes to show it off.
She does, yeah.
What do we make of Saskia? Saskia reckons herself as a bit of a rapper. What do we think of that performance?
She was actually better than Science. And Science is an entertainment entrepreneur.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
I know.
She was actually really quite good. She actually sounded like Alicia from Mystique, I thought.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she looks like the urban with the braids.
She does have a touch of that, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. She kept on doing the hut.
Everyone said Maxwell looks a bit like this Mike Skinner as well. Not looks like, but at least sounds like.
I don't think he sounds like him. He's just the white guy rapping. That's about the only similarities.
Certainly doesn't look like him.
He definitely doesn't look like
Chuck
him.
that theory out the window.
Yeah.
And what do we make of Derek's dance moves?
Derek is like a dad at a wedding.
Got these dance moves
What,
right
what's
here.
that about?
Let's take a look at them.
I like that you paused on the bowl.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Yeah.
OK, here we go.
OK.
I'm sorry, Reggie, but whose dad is that at a wedding?
he is like the embarrassing uncle after a bit too much red.
The embarrassing, very gay uncle.
Yes,
after a bit too much red.
To be fair...
oh, but Derek, we love him, though.
He is quite a cool guy. I think, if anything, he's trying to restore order, and I think, if anything, he knows how mad they all are.
Do you think Derek can go all the way and win this thing? Because, you know, he seems to be the one with the most ground.
See, I've been having a debate, and my mate Dan, he's a bit of an expert at this, and he thinks that Maxwell's going to go all the way.
Seriously?
Yeah, he thinks Maxwell's going to win, because the thing is, people are starting to find out a bit more about Maxwell, and I reckon they're going to get into the whole cheeky-chappy thing. I like Scary Mary. Her eyes, they make me happy inside. So I think there's a chance she might go all the way.
OK. Last night, the housemates appeared to have rumbled Makosi. What do you think about the whole Makosi thing?
First and foremost, Big Brother, you're a genius, because getting that in the first week is amazing.
Yeah. But we're lucky, though. We're lucky it was her.
Yeah, it's true. Because it was pot luck. Whether or not the housemates, I don't know, vote for her, I don't know. Because there seems a lot's happened in such a short space of time, and it's really easy for people to forget. And I think a lot of little personal vendettas have happened with, what's her face, nurse outfit?
Leslie.
Leslie. Oh, she don't like Max at all, so
No.
she's definitely voted for him. So there's a good chance Max could be up.
Also, the thing about Makosi, I think, and we don't know who's nominated who yet, that goes out tonight. The thing about Makosi is that a lot of people have kind of gone, she's a real princess, and, you know, and they've got kind of used to her behaviour over a period of time, and now they're going, oh, she's such a princess. See, she might not have done it because people just might have accepted that's the way she is.
Yeah,
you know?
they might take that as an endearing quality. That's a very good point, Dermot.
Now, thank you. Now, Davina's going to be announcing the nomination results live to the House tonight, 9 o'clock. Who do you think will have the most nominations?
Well, it'll be really easy to say Makosi, but like you said, it's quite obvious. I think Maxwell's up for a good chance of getting a lot of nominations. Kamal is, because he's had quite a few arguments, if you think about it. I don't know. It could go any way. I think there's a chance that Makosi might not.
But also the thing about this year, and even in comparison to last year, the thing about this year is you blink and you miss an argument.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's so many little vendettas and niggles going on in that house that I had to sort of come out. I watched tonight's viewing, and I had to come out going, why is so-and-so not talking to so-and-so?
Really?
And no one can answer me.
It just
Everyone's
keeps
we don't really know.
Yeah.
It's just quite hardcore.
I think it's because they've been performing and norming and what was the other one?
Storming.
Storming.
And revolving.
They've been storming.
The person with the most nominations will be exempt. So, with that in mind, who do you think will go on Friday? Bear in mind, the person with the most nominations is exempt.
There's no way of knowing, mate, because nobody's really stood out as the bad guy. Makosi's been annoying, but at the same time, they may see that as being endearing. Kamal's had arguments. Everyone's had Science has had arguments.
Economists are all good value as well.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want any of the big mouths to go.
Sure. OK, Reggie, you're going to be with us for Cool BBLB, which is coming up right now. Today's Cool BBLB. Who would be the biggest loss to the House and why? Let's go to Julie in Collingdale, first of all. Hello, Julie.
Evening, Dermot.
Hello, evening, Julie.
Looking lovely.
Who do you think would be the biggest loss to the House and why, Julie?
Definitely Derek.
Yep.
Because he is having such a battle at the moment to keep his upbringing, his education. He's well-spoken. He's got to keep it under wraps. Because otherwise the others will turn on him because they think that he'll be a toffee nose.
He's not doing a great job in that respect, though, is he? I mean, you can tell he's a very well-educated man. He's very well-spoken.
He's extremely well-spoken, but he's finding it hard to kind of integrate with the others because of the age gap and also because he is well-educated and he wants to dumb himself down and he can't do it.
And you think he'd be a big loss to the House?
He'd be a terrible loss to the House. We love his poetry.
Yeah.
Do we?
Is early one. Reggie, what are you saying?
Oh, come on.
Back in the trend.
It's not poetry, it's just words in a particular order.
That's what poetry is.
No, it's not. It's not cool.
OK. Heidi in Jersey. Hey, Heidi.
Hello.
Have you had the new season Jersey Raws this year?
Oh, we have indeed. They're beautiful.
I had some last night. Absolutely delicious. Who would be the biggest loss to the House and why?
I think Makosi. I like her character. I like the way she annoys people. She's very, very smart. And I like the way she intimidates people and they can't work her out. But Science nearly had her last night.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's interesting. I mean, you know, everyone's been kind of getting towards for the last couple of days or so. Saying there's something about you, are you a mole, etc. But she'd be a big loss to the House.
Yeah, Kamal was saying he thought she was an actress.
Yes.
That was really interesting.
She's very good at it.
Paul from Leeds. Hello, gang. I'm loving Max too. Such a good geezer. It'd be a shame for him to leave. P.S. Saskia is very fit. Thank you. And Jane from Bristol. I think Anthony is gorgeous. Please don't let him go. There wouldn't be anyone else to look at. Also, we need more of his dance move. They're ace. Have you lost your mind, Jane from Bristol? Thanks to all our callers and guests. Thanks to David Thompson. Thanks to Reggie, everyone. Russell Brand is back with Big Brother's Big Mouth, 7:30 on E4. Do not miss Davina when she reveals nominations live to the House, 9 o'clock right here on Channel 4. We are back with my big Shrek fingers at 5:25 tomorrow. See you then. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.